What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga, this time with volume 9, chapters 5 and 6 of this volume, which is going to be, again, another kind of separate couple of chapters, being the arms tournament, which I was quite interested in hearing originally, and the Fugitives. Again, not really any idea what to expect from this point. Again, nothing quite comes to mind when I think of arms tournament. I definitely don't remember any kind of tournament in Berserk, so except for like the tournament of absolute raging demons in the Eclipse. But yeah, excited to see what's to come there. A few changes last chapter. I would say for the better in terms of overall, I guess, but worse in terms of absolute disgustingness. I'm not sure if I would have preferred leaving it at kind of liking the king like in the anime and actually kind of being okay with his character and again feeling sorry for him more than anything, whereas that kind of turned on his head when we realised why he was so precious about his daughter, not in the kind of usual way of it being your daughter, but in the fact that I imagine it kind of reminded him of his wife and this new kind of sexual object for him, I guess. So again, don't want to go too far into it because it was absolutely disgusting, but again, a very different king to what we saw in the anime. Well, not really, but again, all the way up until that last point. Let me know what you guys think about these couple chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I got a little confused there. I almost forgot that that this first one was a chapter in itself. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what we covered last time, and yeah, we'll be on arms tournament today. Again, interested to see what the hell is going to be going on in this one. Looks like we have got some kind of tournament going on here, and almost like boxing rings. Well, it's actually almost more like bare knuckle boxing rings with just kind of rope. They're just in a rope with people around them. Not sure if you guys have ever seen that. I've only seen a few videos of it. Never seen it in person or anything, but they look absolutely brutal. And as I said, there's literally just like two men in a circle with rope around them. And we got some jousting. Jousting was a kind of big thing back in the day, wasn't it? I remember seeing quite a few movies when I was in my childhood that included some kind of, especially kind of comedy movies with some jousting scenes and such, and then going on horses. But you don't really see anything about that nowadays, do you? But it's kind of died out a little bit. I've always thought it was quite cool. It was quite strange because it's all like a lot of time leading up to this one moment where they encounter each other, and yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Jousting. A lot of setup and not the best payoff ever. Yeah, it looks like we've got some kind of weird kind of Olympics. The Berserk Olympics. Guys are just battling normally. These guys are doing their arrow shooting. This guy's doing some weightlifting. It looks pretty fucking hench, to be fair, doesn't he? This guy does look like a bodybuilder. Not a bodybuilder, a heavy weightlifter. Oh, what heroism? Heroism. Yes, sir. So this is new, isn't it? Because I've never seen this before. They didn't adapt this then. My combat tournament has become quite famous in many countries, over the years. It's really started to draw in some strong ones. His guts coming to this then, do you reckon? That'd be pretty awesome to see. How he stacks up against that fat guy there we just saw, for example. Master, this tournament's featured bout is about to begin. Oh. Wow, these are two very different looking warriors. On one side is the mercenary Valencia. I've always liked that name, Valencia. Valencia. Slightly different. Also known as the King of Massacre. Okay. King of Massacre. Pretty simple. A wild beast said to have claimed the lives of 130 Midland soldiers in the previous 100-year war. On the other side is this tournament's dark horse, a newcomer using strange weapons and techniques who continues to cut a swath through this competition. The enigmatic warrior from a strange land, Silat. I like the design on Silat here. I think we do see someone similarly designed, right? At some point during this, during Berserk. I might just be tripping there, but I feel like we see a character similar and looking to him before. Yeah, I like his design. Interesting sword there as well, isn't it? If you can call it that. It's like triple. Interesting. I guess it works. This guy's just gone for simple and big. Interesting. This will be a sight. And yeah, there's Guts. Just watching. Hasta la vista. Right, he's good at dodging. He's got the frame for it, hasn't he? Oh wow, he really has got the frame for it, bloody hell. Oh, Valencia's doing all the pushing, but he's just barely dodging each blow. Maybe we have seen this before. Again, I do recognise this guy on the left here. I do recognise him. Maybe he was in the movies. He kicks it in the head. Quite a powerful one, to be fair, it looks like. I wouldn't have expected this guy to have too much power, but What? His foot? Yeah. Yes. His eyes. Very hellish looking eyes, aren't they? Oh shit, he broke his sword. And that is a victory for the little guy. Thus, cutting your sword in two by simultaneously slashing from both sides is simple. Cutting your head off would be the same. I submit. How sportsmanlike. The sword arts of this land are dull and narrow-minded. In the face of my deeply rooted hand-to-hand fighting style, they remind me of children swinging sticks. Okay, bro, no need to get that big. Oh, that turban man did it. Oh ho. It seems certain he will win the tournament this time. Still, for a foreigner to win with so little opposition, I feel slightly put out. It would seem that his arms tournament is no more than a sword-rusting farce. Oh, it looks like Guts is stepping up to the plate. I was going to say, Guts definitely wants a bit of this guy, doesn't he? After hearing all the big talk from him. Yeah, it looks like Guts is stepping in there. He's probably not even involved in the tournament, is he? He literally probably just came here, saw, and now he's going to conquer. He's got a little smile on his face, I guess. Who's that man? Hey pal, I'm next. Wait your turn, okay? Look at this guy. You really want to die that quickly. You really want to die that quickly, my dude. To be fair, actually, it doesn't seem like anyone's dying in this tournament. Luckily for them. It looks open to me. Don't get so wound up. This is a festival. Hey. So, from where I was standing, it looked like you wanted to fight somebody together. Somebody tougher, sorry. What do you say? Wanna have a go? What do you say? Wanna have a go? There we go. Are you saying you're strong? Stronger than he was? I'd say you'll know it when you try, right? Do I get a say in this? I don't object, but what says the sponsor? Master. Alright, I'll allow it. Give us an entertaining sideshow. See? He gets it. Very well then. But sideshow or not, you sought this yourself. I assume you're prepared to take your stance. Come on, anytime. What? You'll use no stance? That is the stance. Give me some. I can't remember the Ash quote from I was about to say it from Army of Darkness. Give me some sugar, baby. It wasn't quite that one, but a similar one. There's quite a few, but quite Ash-esque right there. You know, it's quite Ash-esque in general. With the no arm. I think one of you guys did tell me that there was a potential kind of lawsuit or something, or the author was worried about getting sued by Evil Dead. Did it? Yeah, I remember that. One of you guys did tell me that they were worried about that. Again, I think it's quite funny because all of the Evil Dead movies are done by different studios, so they never actually got the rights to the last Evil Dead. As why they, if you guys didn't know, you probably all knew this, but that's why Evil Dead 2 had to have a flashback of Evil Dead 1 because they couldn't kind of continue on from Evil Dead 1, so they had to redo it. And then Army of Darkness couldn't use anything from Evil Dead 2, and then the TV show couldn't use anything from the other three. So it's quite funny how they're all sequels, but none of them are actually kind of linked in the studio kind of way. So I can kind of understand that actually now thinking about it. There was issues with them having the rights to their own fucking their own show and their own movies. So definitely could have been a possibility. Again, I think missing an arm, missing a limb is a pretty generic thing. I don't think you'd be able to I don't think it'd be a successful lawsuit personally. But you mean to win by using that freakishly massive sword to keep me at a distance? But then your style of swordplay can't restrain my movements. Sounds pretty sensible. What with that narrow-mindedness or whatever you said. Don't sweat the details. This is a festival after all. Very well. I'm still looking out for that Evil Dead reference as well, by the way. I'm not sure when it's going to come. Knowing me, I'll probably fucking miss it. I'm not the best at pointing out references and Easter eggs. A festival without blood is a rather boring thing. Here he comes. So he's taking the initiative, is he? He's quick. Damn, God, it's fucking hell. You're just a bit quicker. that head play. Jesus. Look at Guts right now, man. You don't really see this side of Guts too often, do you? The kind of dodging, kind of evasive side of him. Just gonna change up my song real quick. For some reason it wouldn't let me on YouTube on my Google Chrome today. I'm not sure why that was. Got to open a separate browser. But it was just loading and loading. Yeah, rare that we see this kind of dodging side of him. Impressive though, isn't it? For someone so big and strong. I've noticed, not with myself, but with other people, big weightlifters really struggle to be flexible and move their arms like lower, like to touch their back. It's almost impossible for them to like get round. I've noticed that myself over the time. When I have been working out, I kind of go through stages of working out and kind of resting. I play a lot of football as well, so I don't want to ever get too big. Otherwise, that kind of I was going to say incapacitates. I'm not really sure what the right word is, but kind of lowers my ability level of football the more I work on my upper body. But I've noticed when I do work on my upper body a lot, it does get harder to kind of do these kind of stretch and touch your back and such. And you're generally less flexible. You gain more strength, but again, you lose a little bit as well. So there's always a little bit of a payoff. Oh, the reverse of last time. Yeah, it's exactly what happened last time, but it was the turban wearing guy doing the dodging, wasn't it? It looks like he's pissed as he uses his oh, he's got a blade in his foot. Yeah, awfully small shoes to conceal a blade in. You know what, I hope we get. I was thinking about this the other day. A little reference to From Dusk Till Dawn with Tom Savini and his little penis gun. I hope we see something like that in the series. A little pop up penis gun. Sha. It does seem like there's like this. The author of this manga likes kind of American horror, so I think in general a lot of Japanese authors like American horror. I see quite a lot of it kind of referenced in anime and manga. Well, this is the only manga, but quite a lot of it referenced in here every so often. Nice block guts. We tipped him over. Yeah! I'm terrible with the sound effects, aren't I? Both hands are barred? And here he goes. Fucking hell, this guy's flexible, isn't he? Jesus. On guard! Is he French? Is that even French? Probably not. Actually, yeah, I think it is. That's French. On guard. Well, that's just a pretty general statement, isn't it? The swords aren't looking quite as cool from this angle, are they? Still pretty useful having kind of longer bits to the side like that, I imagine, though. It's an interesting grasp, isn't it? It's almost like how you'd grasp a shield. But they do kind of act as a bit of a shield. A less potent shield, a more of an attacking type of shield there. Look at this though, man. It looks like Guts is like using no effort at all. You just stood there this whole time. Ah! It's no use. And he just slams him. Giant sword. Oh, right into the crowd as well. You might want to stick to street performing. Ho ho! He did it! Do you mind? What's he doing to his friend here? Is he just that excited? He's fucking strangling his friend. What's going on with his mouth as well? That fish. Hey, you there. Impressive. Most impressive. What do you say? Would you like to work for me? I'll pay well. I think I do remember seeing this now, to be honest. Again, was it in the movie? Or am I just tripping? I feel like this... It might just be like deja vu or something, but I feel like I've seen certain aspects of this before. Before long, there's to be a large-scale robber hunt inside my territory. This tournament was also to rally soldiers for that. A large-scale robber hunt. That sounds pretty helpful, to be fair, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm not interested. I just want to try my hand at strong opponents. Ho ho. This guy likes saying ho ho, doesn't he? Are you on peregrination? A night on a journey for the sake of learning/training. Peregrination. Ever heard of that? Huh. Well, something like that. In that case, rest assured. They say that the woman boss of those bandits is such a good sword fighter, even 10 large men couldn't defeat her. A woman? Surely word of it has reached your ears too by now. They're a former mercenary group who caused an uprising years ago in Wyndham. It seems they were very active in the 100-Year War. Who are those bandits? Band... What'd you just say? Eh? Right, the Band of the Hawk. This is talking about Casca right here. The Band of the Hawk and their woman boss, Casca. So this is how he kind of hears of Griffith's fate, I guess, then, with him learning that Casca is the boss now. Interesting. What happens in the anime and the movie? I think I think this might have been in the movie. I might be wrong here. This part wasn't. Again, I feel like I might just be tripping. I feel like I've seen it before, and I haven't read this part before. Like I said, the last chapter of Skull Knight is the last chapter I read in the manga. That kind of missed stuff out. That wasn't in the anime, other than the clips, of course, which I wasn't gonna do until I covered this. But yeah, slightly different way of him learning about this and returning, I guess. And then we got Fugitives, which is, again, we've seen this as a cover, haven't we? That image right there. We finally found it. The Hawk's hideout. Oh damn, they're not looking in good shape, are they? The Hawks. Beaten, bad. That Caucus with an eye patch on. Is that Jadao? Is that Jadao right there? Oh, no it's not, but whoever it is missing a leg. Damn. It almost looks a bit like Jadao, but I don't think it is. Damn. Not really the most detailed map ever. Obviously you wouldn't expect it to be at this time, but I was just wondering if we could attain anything from that. Ugh. If you push yourself too hard, you won't last. Jadao, I know how you feel, but you're essentially the Band of the Hawk's leader now. Everyone's worn out from living so long as fugitives. If you were to collapse now... I know. Do you know what? Probably sounds quite sexist. It's probably never going to be a good sentence when you start off with that, but imagine like what we heard with Guts just there about that kind of royalty guy talking to him about the Band of the Hawk and there being a female leader. That is the kind of main thing in this time period, isn't it? Girls really aren't fighters, especially in this time period. I think ever since then, I think nowadays it's getting more that women do want to step into these kind of roles of leadership and power, don't they? For better or for worse. But I feel like that would kind of incite a lot of bandits and robbers and such to maybe then take on the Band of the Hawk and have that kind of misogynistic kind of thought process of, yeah, it's just a woman, we can easily defeat the Band of the Hawk now, rather than it being Griffith, even though there was that sentence of her being able to take on 10 guys, which would scare you a little bit. I think a lot of people would just kind of throw that out the window, if you know what I'm saying. They'll just hear that word woman and leader and be like, yeah, easy job. Obviously not the case. And obviously Guts knew right away who it was. There's very little amount of people it could be who would run a bandit. What do they call them? Run bandits, I guess. Word just came back from the group we slipped into Wyndham. Griffith is in the very lowest level of Wyndham Castle. Seems he's confined in a really old underground prison. He's been tortured for a year, and still it goes on. Several people have heard something between screams and moans in a voice like Griffith's coming from the prison. As there's a butt-naked Griffith. So it's been a year now, so we are getting towards that time of the eclipse. I do like how they kind of skip over time in this show. Most of the time I don't like time skips and such. Like sometimes, well, I like the outcome of time skips and such, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying them kind of leaving out stuff. I feel like this, it does a really good job. I don't really want to wait a fucking whole year just to see Griffith tortured for that year and just go on these journeys that don't really mean too much, apart from away from the kind of main storyline. So I feel like Berserk does a quite good job of these time skips personally. And nothing too major changes in that time as well. It's never like it's never like over a 10-year time skip. It's usually between like a year to 3 years or 5 years or so. And again, there's never really any major changes. But in the past month, even that's come to an end. But there is major outcomes to that time skip, isn't there? After the year that we've waited, there's going to be some major fucking events coming up, which is the difference, isn't it? We're not missing anything major, we're heading into something major. Everyone's at the peak of extortion. Just going to check my time real quick. Okay, cool. Just got a Chainsaw Man episode coming out in about half an hour. I managed to time it pretty well, I think. As soon as I finish this, I'll be watching that, I think. But in the past month, even that's come to an end. Everyone's at the peak of exhaustion. We can't take much more of this fugitive life. If we don't hurry. Have faith. Have more faith in your companions. Sure, we're the ones who lifted you up as our leader, but is there any need to burden yourself with everything? Never really seen her look like this, have we, right here? Looks stressed as fuck. I would have liked to seen. Well, I wouldn't have, because the story is absolutely brilliant. But it would be cool having like a side story where they just say fuck Griffith, leave him, little bastard, and Casca just leads the band of the Hawk from then on. Comes a little Casca main storyline with Guts. That'd be pretty cool. Obviously, now that the author's dead, that is very unlikely to happen, I imagine. I always find it, I wouldn't say it's disrespectful that they carried it on, like, it's his story and such, and I understand why they carry it on. But sometimes with like music, for example, with dead music artists, have you guys noticed this? Like, with rap artists especially, I don't really listen to much rap anymore. I used to really like kind of old school 2000s rap. Wu-Tang, for example, I'm literally wearing a t-shirt. And a lot of their members and such, and similar rap artists. But nowadays, like with dead rap artists like XXXTentacion, I think his name was. I've never really been a massive fan, especially nowadays, of American music and English music. I listen to a lot of Japanese music nowadays, but I almost find it quite disrespectful how they like kind of release their songs and someone's like making a big profit off it, and someone's like getting rich off the dead words of a dead rapper who is not giving you permission to release anything like that. I couldn't imagine anyway. Again, I'm not like involved in that or know much about it, but it does almost seem a bit disrespectful that these dead artists are still releasing music to this day. It's like what they were talking about with the Michael Jackson kind of hollow shows and such. I don't know how I feel about that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how it'll be when I get to the point where the author of this manga died and it kind of continues without him. I feel like there'll be a bit of the show kind of missing, if you know what I'm saying. A little bit of that essence of the author just gone. Yeah, I'm getting on a lot of tangents today, aren't I? Each one of us does nothing more than what he can. Dao, you'd better rest up. With a tired mind, you can't even plan how to rescue Griffith. So anyway, eat, then sleep. Your eyes are baggy. You're right. Jidao. Thanks. Oh, look at her. Ah. A little tear comes from her eye. Just exhausted, isn't she? Mentally, physically. She dropped her food. Oh, maybe I wouldn't like to see a story of Casca just leading the band of the Hawk. Maybe in a better light. Maybe in a better situation than Griffith being taken prisoner and Guts leaving. Maybe in a way that Guts kind of left on a good note and Griffith died. Maybe we could go on with the band of the Hawk and Casca leading them and have a decent kind of future, but again, she would probably be a subject of a lot of misogyny and a lot of battles, I do imagine. So it'd make for a lot of good action. How's Casca? She'll rest some. That's best. She hasn't slept at all lately. She's actually doing very well if she hadn't taken command at once a year ago. The Band of the Hawk might have been wiped out on those hunting grounds. That's true. If she hadn't been acting leader afterwards too, I don't know whether everyone will survive till today or not. Survive, huh? So, what if we survived? All we're doing is running around because we don't want to die. Isn't that what everyone's doing? Isn't that what everyone's life's doing? Even if we survive, alright, to start over from scratch in some other country, it'd be no use. How many years do you think it took us to get as far as we did? It'd never go that way again. Without Griffith, the Band of the Hawk's just a rabble away. Well, what are you saying? That's why we're all going to break Griffith out. You got any proof he's still alive? To be honest, ain't it all over and gone? Anymore? What are you talking about? Then why are you here, Caucus? Why didn't you go with the others who left? Good point, little Rickard. Good point. Still, obviously, a little bit of hope for his dream in there, isn't there, Mr. Caucus? Rickard. If only he were here right now. Oh, that's a little bit ominous right there. The moon. Little crescent moon. Almost full. Is this guy just some random Band of the Hawk guard? We did see that. Oh, damn. We did see that they were found, didn't we? Damn, what the hell kind of weapon is that? A horseshoe. Oh. Is that where we see this guy? Oh, I remembered that design. Damn, look at that. Poor lad, he might even still be alive. It's the worst part. I'm pretty sure you might be able to survive that. People can survive some majorly crazy things. I've seen some majorly fucked up shit that people have survived. I saw, I can't fully remember what it was, but some guy had his face completely caved in. Like all of his front of his face caved like halfway in, and he managed to survive somehow. It was disgusting. It was on one of those kind of challenge things where you got to like go through the pages and see how far your limits can go. And yeah, I wouldn't suggest anyone doing anything like that. Fucking gross. Watching actual people die and suffer injuries like that. I mean, that comes with a place where my horror kind of fantasies come, not fantasies, but where my horror kind of love comes from as well, just seeing horrific stuff. Not even enough time for a decent reaction. Now to see if the renowned Band of the Hawk really is prey-worthy of fighting arts, of my fighting arts. So that's why he's here. So he heard from that kind of kingish, noble character earlier about the Band of the Hawk as well, hey? Kinda sucks. Like I said, you're gonna get people challenge you after they hear stuff like that. A woman who's stronger than 10 men? No way. No way. Let me test it. And he's brought an army as well. Let's go. So yeah, I was right in remembering this guy. It was either in the movie. I'm not sure if it was in the anime. Again, it's been a while. But I feel like it probably was in the movie. I saw this guy. Hurrah! Aha! Yeah! Enemy raid! Enemy raid! And off goes Casca. The enemy's on the north side of the forest. Units 3 and 4, meet their charge. Everyone else get the wounded into wagons and a horseback. Then open the ground to the north. Then to open ground on north. To the north. Apologies. Immediate adaptation and commandability. Nothing less from the much rumoured boss of the Hawks. I'm impressed. But in any kind of battle, the moment the leader's head is taken is the moment the outcome is decided. Prepare yourself. Wearing a sword means you're a warrior, and I won't hold back because you're a woman. Take this. Damn, man's really flying. On guard. This guy likes his on guard, doesn't he? And he's going to snap her sword, isn't he? Yep, classic. This guy using his kicks. Oh, nice. Nice, Casca. Oh, it didn't actually break her sword. Interesting. Oh, he's using the spiked foot again. He notices, of course, and yeah, I think I remember seeing this. Yeah, I think this was what was in the movie, wasn't it? Casca doing her flip. Shame they left this out, honestly. Don't get too many awesome moments of Casca during fight scenes, do we? We've had a few of her in fight scenes, but a couple of those have been kind of taken advantage of, and in a bad light. She was good in the flank maneuver, although I still ascertain that victory it was more of a loss for the other team than it was a victory to the Band of the Hawk personally. But she was good in that against Koboltwitz, and she's really good here as well. It's a shame they didn't really add that much of her being a badass in the anime, and it kind of sucks. Ha ha ha! Now I like this one. He's still doing the flips. Casca! How does he move like this? I can't counter. Actually trips. This fight is mine. If you throw down your sword in order you're meant to surrender, fine. If not... Oh, the laptop was about to run out. If not, I cut off your head here and now. I'll count to 3. You should choose. 1. 3. Oh, I thought you just went straight to 3. 1. 2. 3. Oh shit. So this is the moment Guts returns. So why isn't this in the anime? Again, it might very well be. I might just be forgetting it. It was either in the anime or the movie. But there is Mr. Guts right here. Should have killed this bastard earlier. Obviously we didn't know this would happen. 4. Let's go, Guts. Zoop. Oh, this is such an awesome moment. Guts to return to Casca. Don't let some street performer do you in. I swear there was like was there a segment with him getting his sword done with an old man before this happened, or was that after? I can't quite remember. Who knows? Don't let some street performer do you in. Pull yourself together, unit commander. Oh man. Hey, look at that smile. The Fugitives. End. Damn, that was sick. I love that. I love this moment right here at the end. Yeah, so much kind of emotion balling up in this moment here with them returning. Again, they skipped the whole year, so it's like it's not as impactful as it would have been if there would have been a full year of storyline. But still, it's just awesome as fuck, isn't it? Because these characters and their relationships, one of my absolute favourites in the show, as well as Griffith and Guts as well, of course. And Griffith and a lot of characters, and Guts and a lot of characters are some of my favourites. But Casca, especially with Guts and Griffith, is some of my absolute favourites. Those three in general have a really interesting dynamic, don't they? Yeah, I love this moment here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, some really good chapters today. I think the last chapter wasn't adapted at all, but like I said, I definitely remember this guy from one of the adaptations. Again, which one, I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely remember this guy. He's got quite the dynamic design for this series, hasn't he? We haven't really seen anyone look like him at all till now. Yeah, this moment right here at the end was absolutely fucking awesome. Can't wait to see more of the band kind of back together after this, and it's going to be getting kind of more dark and more ruthless from here on, isn't it? We'll have a little look at what we can expect. I'll just go back to the first page real quick. So yeah, next time we'll be covering Comrades in Arms and Confession. So yeah, hopefully you can join me then. Again, let me know what you guys think of these chapters down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. Again, can't wait to see what happens next time out. These chapters were absolutely brilliant in my opinion. Again, the first one, just as a quick summary, was okay. Again, it was more about kind of battling than anything, wasn't it? Seeing Guts learn some information about what Casca was doing and about the Band of the Hawk, as well as taking on this guy. Again, it was more of a kind of fun chapter, but this one again was really awesome, wasn't it? Seeing Casca and seeing what she's had to deal with for this whole year, by the way. This is a year into taking lead of the Band of the Hawk, and she's this exhausted and such. You can just tell it must have been an absolute fucking nightmare. And like I said, that whole year we did skip, but again, we saw the outcomes of that year. We saw the toll it had on Casca, so it did make this moment really fucking awesome, didn't it? But yeah, again, let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down in the comment section, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.